Goals of psychology. Four main goals of psychology. Psychology is devoted to understanding an individual's emotions, personality, and mind through a series of scientific studies, observations, experiments, and research. Like every other subject, the study of psychology aims to achieve a specific set of goals. Basically, there are four primary aims of psychology: to describe, explain, predict, and control behavior. Kuhn, Mitterrand, 2013. Describe. The first goal of psychology is to describe the actual phenomenon in which humans and animals behave in different situations. By describing a problem, an issue, or behavior, psychologists can distinguish between normal and abnormal behavior, allowing them to gain a better understanding and a more accurate perspective of human and animal behavior, thoughts, and actions. To achieve this goal, psychologists use a variety of research methods, including surveys, case studies, natural observation, and self-assessment tests. Through these scientific methods, behavior can be described in minute details and as objectively as possible. Once the action has been described, the information gathered is used as basis to further study the behavior that just occurred. Explain. Once a specific behavior has been described, psychologists then attempt to go beyond the obvious and explain why people act the way they do through a series of rigorous tests, scientific experiments, and observations. Psychology expounds on the reason behind someone's actions. Explaining behavior provides answers to why people behave the way they do under different circumstances. Throughout the history of psychology, many theories have been formulated to explain all aspects of human behavior. While some are classified as mini theories, those that focus on minor aspects of human thoughts and action, a large part of psychological studies revolves around the grand theories that encompass intricate details to explain everything about human psychology. Some of the well-known theories that explain all aspects of human psychology include Pavlov's theory of classical conditioning, which refers to a learning procedure where two kinds of biologically potent stimuli are linked together to produce a newly acquired learning response from an animal or a person. According to John Watson, the American psychologist who popularized the behaviorism theory, Pavlov's classical conditioning theory explains that everything about human behavior, from speech to emotional responses, is simply patterns of stimulus and response. Classical conditioning, 2007. Predict. Making predictions based on how people previously thought and acted is one of the primary goals of social psychology. By analyzing past observed behavior, psychological studies aim to predict and anticipate how a certain behavior will appear again in the future. This allows psychologists to form a pattern of behavior and better understand the underlying causes of people's actions. By analyzing qualitative data consisting of thought and action patterns, psychologists and researchers can accurately make guesses about human behavior without necessarily understanding the mechanisms behind a certain phenomenon. How the goals of psychology, N.D. For instance, when qualitative data reveals that certain scores in aptitude tests predict student dropout rates, the information can be used to estimate the number of students who might leave school each year. Successfully predicting behavior is important to the last and most important goal in psychology, which is to control or change behavior. Control. Aside from treating mental illnesses and enhancing well-being, changing or controlling human behavior is one of the primary goals of research in psychology. How the goals of psychology, N.D. Various psychological studies about human behavior are used to influence, change, or control behavior using previously gathered data about human behavior. In psychology, there are a number of theories that deal with changing or controlling people's behavior. Some of these widely known theories include the health belief model, the theory of planned behavior, diffusion of innovation theory, social cognitive theory, the trans-theoretical model, and the social norms theory. Whether behavior can be successfully changed or controlled largely depends on one's ability to accurately define a behavioral issue, assess the fundamental causes of these problems, and develop and implement theory and evidence-based interventions.